Hello everyone, welcome back to another video talking geeky stuff with me. Today's video is going to be like a bit of a combination of a gaming franchise I've been doing recently. I've done the Zelda one, Gundam, Mario for example, Street Fighter, Final Fantasy. If you haven't seen those, probably most of you haven't, please do check them out. But this is a video about also a video game that is I like, quite dear to me growing up, and also where has it been? It needs a comeback. What's happening to it? And today's game is, or the gaming franchise is F-Zero. So F-Zero is, well, to me in a way, it was one of the first really racing games I got into back in the Super Nintendo days. Back then I had two consoles, or two rival consoles, Sega Mega Drive and Super Nintendo, both 16-bit consoles. But I've always found that I've always preferred the Super Nintendo games overall. Don't get me wrong, I love Sega games. They did some of the great fast pace because it was a slightly faster console. But Super Nintendo always had slightly better graphics. And then I remember reading that Nintendo's got this new technology called a Super FX chip, where they can actually put a special chip inside the cartridge to give it better 3D graphics, faster, smoother frame rate, and something called Mode 7. So when I saw, back then we didn't have internet before, so we just watched magazines, books, and screenshots that are just on paper. Never really saw any live footage. We had a few gaming stores that had it first, and as a teenager you went there and you saw the Mode 7 live. It was amazing at that time. We've never seen it before. It's so fast. It's like, wow, is this for real? Then when it got released, me and my brother chipped in our pocket money and all that kind of stuff. And remember, this is back in the early 90s where cartridge games you're talking about 60, 70 pounds normal. So anyway, so we got it and it was one of the best games. 2 players, it was so good. The controls took time to get used to. Fast forward, of course, move on to the Nintendo 64 again. I was really eager to see F-Zero X on N64, and amazing thing was 4 players this time. So Nintendo 64 was one of the first consoles to have, no, it was the first console to have 4 controller ports, and you can play 4-player games. It was revolutionary. Just like Nintendo, they do a lot of revolutionary things. So me, my brother, cousins, friends will come around and play F-Zero. I've never been good at racing games like the Gran Turismo, the Forza Horizon, Motorsports kind of list of games. But I was pretty good at the kind of fantasy games, racing games like this, Mario Kart. So I had a good chance against the good players because it doesn't have real life physics, so to speak. So F-Zero X was another great one. I think it was running 60 hertz or 60 frames back then on the N64. Again, at that time, never seen it before. Even when the original PlayStation, the Sega Saturn was out, don't get me wrong, PlayStation, especially PlayStation that time, had some really good racing games like Ridge Racers and all that kind of stuff. But it was never as smooth as F-Zero. The Saturn had his issues because it wasn't designed with 3D in mind, and that's another topic for another video. And then F-Zero X is another great game, 4 players. Me and my friends would go around and come around to my place or go around their place because they had a N64 as well. We would just, and this was back in 1987, 98. So good 5, 6, 7 years or so after Super Nintendo, which I've already become an adult. I was in my last year, I think, of university. So can you imagine, I took the console to my dorm room and playing all night, which I should have been doing homework and studying, but I didn't. So my student friends would come around, have a few beers, play the game drunk. It was amazing. That's one of the reasons why N64 is one of my favorite consoles. It holds a dear place in my heart. I mentioned that in another video, so and plug in my videos, please check why I like the N64, one of my favorite consoles of all time. And then it kind of felt a bit flat afterwards. Of course, Captain Falcon made an appearance in Smash Brothers, and I think he's appeared in more Smash games, I think, than his own games. You have F-Zero Maximum Velocity, another Game Boy Advance game. There was two, that and GP Legend, which is based on the anime, or vice versa, I can't remember. F-Zero Climax, which was okay. And then, in my opinion, my favorite F-Zero game is F-Zero GX for the GameCube. That was made by Sega, a company called AU. Yeah, AU. They specialize in. I think they made Daytona USA. Correct me if I'm wrong. They made that, and they made the arcade version, which I'll go into right now. F-Zero AX, and here's some of the cabinets. Only played it a few times. So this was around 2003, 4-ish. I think it came out in Japan 2003, but we got it in the UK about a year or so afterwards. And that time, with the advent of PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, and Xbox were all kind of coming out, slowly a lot of arcades, stores, and shops and amusement parks were slowly closing down. There was no money into it, because home technology was getting so good. And there was a few places that had this. Me and my friend would go there, and you get like a chain of them, 3 or 4 on the go, have like multiplayer. It was brilliant. You can see that it's the same team that did GameCube one, which is Sega AV, not AU. So and then if I remember correctly, you can take the memory stick or memory card from the GameCube, and you can plug it into the arcade. And I can't remember what happened, but I never really used it, to be honest. You can download or transfer your save data or something like that. Anyway, so we had a few goals. Shame that, because, like I said, the arcades was closing down, so didn't really get much of a chance to play that. Because I picked that, and then later on, of course, you had Nintendo kind of dabbled in a bit arcades with like Super Mario Kart came out, of course, and that's still going around. I wish that this would have stayed longer, because if I remember correctly, it was actually a pretty fun game. And moving on, like I mentioned, F-Zero GP Legend. It's I'm not sure, was it based off of the Game Boy Advance game or vice versa. This is the anime. I think I've only seen like a few episodes. It wasn't the best. It's okay, I suppose. You can actually get it on Blu-ray. I might just get it on Blu-ray just for fun of it. Maybe watching a game might have some fun to it. But it was okay back then. It wasn't amazing. To be honest, I couldn't really tell because I didn't finish the whole season, so I only watched a couple or 2 or 3. There was other stuff I was doing that time, But I might get it, and if I can find it at a cheap price on Blu-ray or DVD, I might just grab it, or maybe some source on the internet I can download the whole season. But so I'm not going to give any recommendation because I haven't seen it. But if you have, let me know in the comments if it's good. Do you think I like it? Recommend it to me. Let me know. So there you go. And comes to this is what is next for Captain Falco and Co. What's next for F-Zero? Recent interview with the creators from Nintendo president. Apologies, can't remember his name. He said that F-Zero is not dead yet. But to be honest, when was the last game? Was GameCube. So what happened? We missed the Wii, the Wii U. The Switch is still going strong, so there's still a possibility that there may be a Switch game. Kudos to whoever did this makeup Switch cover. Looks fantastic, so well done whoever did that. Possible. I mean, the Switch is 5 years, so maybe got another 2-3 years left to go. So in those 2 to 3 years, there might be an F-Zero game, which I really hope they do, because they miss so many consoles. I mean, last home console was GameCube. The last handheld was Game Boy Advance. So yeah, I mean, Captain Falcon has still made representation in the Smash games, and he's actually one of the fan favorites. You know, he's very quirky. Love his set moves. It's not my main, of course, but he's definitely someone I do pick every now and again. And I like his costume, his uniform, the way he looks. It's not too stylish, but he has that kind of quirkiness, which I like. So I wonder what is next for F-Zero. And you know what? If they do one, I really hope to bring back the F-Zero GX developers, AV, AU, one of those, Sega AV. I'm not even sure if Sega still owns them, and I'm not even sure still how many of the original developers are still there. We're talking about, wow, 2003, nearly 20 years ago. So anyway, I'd love to see F-Zero back. And here's to Nintendo. Let's hope they do something, because, well, they only recently brought back Advance Wars. Who knows? F-Zero could be on the list of comeback heroes. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. And please do subscribe until next video. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. And please stay safe. Goodbye.